Tucker Carlson.
Oh, baby.
Tucker Carlson's departure from Fox was a huge topic of interest this week. What do you think his next move will be? And as one of the voices for the GOP, is this a hit to the Republican Party? Jason, hit me with it.
Wow. Tucker, nobody saw that one coming. I think that's a huge loss for Fox. I think Fox still owes them. I think it's 20 plus million. So it's going to be interesting to see if Fox actually silences Tucker, because they're like, hey, we still owe you per the contract. So during the next, I think it's 18 months, we'll say, his contract until it's up, they're going to say, we're going to keep paying you and you cannot go work anywhere else. He went on Twitter the other day, and I wonder if he got a phone call, because I haven't seen him on Twitter since. Right? And that's been
he got like over 45 million views on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
It was insane. It was like one of the most viewed before. His like average like tweet view before that was like, a few 100,000, the occasional couple million, but then like when the whole departure went, he got over 45 million views.
What was his tweet?
It was a video of talking about like what happened, like his perspective, like kind of what he's going to be trying to do moving forward.
Very skirted the line, right? He didn't say exactly what happened, but he's kind of like injustice and like freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah.
But my reason, my opinion for why he got chick-canned was because of the Dominion lawsuit and them having to pay like over $750 million to Dominion because Tucker Carlson made, according to the court, a false claim. Because that's it cost them $750 million. They are still a news network. They are not a Facebook, a Google, or a Tesla, or any of these companies are multi-hundred billions or multi-tens of billions. And that was a major hit to their balance sheet. And they're like, wow, this guy's more of a liability with the stances he has on certain segments and cases, and we don't want to lose any more money to the market. That's my opinion why I think he got fired.
Yeah, I actually disagree with that, because if that was the case, Maria would be gone. A few others would have been gone too, because Maria was worse than Tucker of her stance, right? And so she still has her job, right?
That's fair.
And Tucker, one of the problems is Fox Nation, where they have their subscription side, they knew we get rid of Tucker, we're going to lose a lot of Fox Nation people, because Tucker does a lot of stuff behind the paywall.
Well, do you think there's something deeper behind it? I definitely think the Dominion has a strong piece of it. Maybe it's not the entire thing. I think it was just the timing was the settlement comes out like a week before he gets fired. And then two, I've also like read articles that he might have been, kind of not slandering, but just kind of bad mouthing people with inside the network.
So I heard the sexual harassment side of it, where he came out. I think it's more Murdoch has an issue. There's something going on behind the scenes, because it's kind of like you loved the guy up until a week ago, right? And so it's kind of like Murdoch knew that if he gets rid of Tucker, there's going to be a lot of money loss in addition, right? Fox Nation, the paywall side of it. Remember, Tucker was number one guy.
Yep. I'm really interested to if we'll never see or know what the contingencies are of his non-compete, because there's so many things that he could do. I mean, he could literally like get on OnlyFans. And talk about, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's actually people on OnlyFans that don't do naked shit. Yeah. And they talk about whatever it is. It's another Patreon. It's another paywall platform. I mean, he could literally, he could be on social media. So I'm really interested if he's allowed to be, like what he's allowed to do on the internet.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that we could just speculate real quick. So, he gets canned from his job, and maybe we should act as if, what if he didn't have this non-compete? But he signed a deal, I think it was about 2 years ago, and most of the deals are for about 5 years. So theoretically, they're between 3 and 5 years. So theoretically, he's still under contract for between 1 and 3 more years, right? So in terms of other Fox News people, who've been let go, they've kept them on their payroll so that they don't go anywhere else because they don't want them to compete.
Smart.
Right? And there probably is a non-compete because it's Fox News and their lawyers are really smart. The big question is would that only pertain to cable news or would that also allow him to do internet stuff?
That's what I'm wondering.
I think Handy has
Bill
a podcast.
O'Reilly. I think Bill O'Reilly couldn't do anything for like a year. When they let him go, he disappeared, and then he finally popped up over with Glenn Beck.
Yeah.
I think the Blaze or something.
Is he with Glenn Beck at the Blaze?
I think so.
Really?
So let's assume
I could be wrong. But he's doing so. Listen, this is the best thing at the end of the day, actually, for Tucker. I think because he will make 10x more money because when you go on your own, start your own, he'll bring everybody.
But do you think I thought it was going to get picked up by the real Daily Wire?
that was my assumption.
But so now I asked the question: who is the new standing GOP platform that competes with the Democratic media? Is
It's
it still
Fox.
Fox News? You think it's still Fox News?
Absolutely.
Well,
In the future, it'll be Daily Wire. Every
love
Fox
it.
News has the monopoly on the 50-plus demographic.
Our parents.
If you're under 50 or under 40 especially,
Yeah.
you're going to be listening to the Daily Wire
Yeah.
because nobody in our generation watches cable news anymore. It's only for the elder demographic. But older people, like my dad doesn't know how to use a computer. My dad doesn't even know how to watch this podcast. He has no idea. He just watches Fox News every day. He gets drunk. He watches Handy. And he's like, yeah, that's what I said. That's right. That's what I think too, Handy.
What he said.
Oh man.
Yeah, what he said.
What he said.
It's interesting because you're seeing a lot more people going behind a paywall, like a lot more people on the right going behind paywalls, right? Now Rumble, does he go on to Rumble, right, or team up with them? I know offered him like 25 mil or something.
I think he's a practical person and he knows his popularity amongst the right, and he's gonna go where he gets the most eyeballs.
For sure.
I think it's less to him about money. Money's obviously very important, but to him it's eyeballs. The most eyeballs he got was on Fox News. Arguably, it's I asked the question. It's the most right-watched show. But
I think that he purported certain. I think he was encouraged to purport certain viewpoints that he didn't wholeheartedly believe in. And I think that he was fed some misinformation and then he was taking stances on stuff. And now that the information has come out. So I think that he's probably had some sort of like a come to Jesus moment where, cause and I don't know the guy, but from what I've seen, he seems like a good human being. Like he seems like he has a level of ethics and he seems like he's purported some stuff that he doesn't feel good about, i.e. war in Iraq, et cetera, et cetera. And so I would assume that he's going to go where he can just say what he wants to say and not get fucking censored. Because like you said, he's got money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's already got fuck you money. So if you have fuck you money, what do you want to do? You want to say fuck you.
Yeah. No,
that's why you got the money.
No, you didn't want to do exactly what you want. No, I've seen other interviews. He's been on a few podcasts I watched like the Nelk Boys, and he was on with those guys, and it was very interesting, just like his perspective of women and just kind of like that whole thing. I think also another thing was maybe like the Capitol video, the kind of behind the scenes that got leaked. Did you guys remember seeing that clip? That was a very controversial thing as well. Like, I mean, was it doctored? Was it real? Nobody knows. It's in this crazy like media world, but I think it was just a culmination of things. But it was just too similar in the timeline of the settlement.
Let's ask this: if you're his manager, or if you're Tucker, what do you think his next move is?
Go on vacation for a month around Europe.
Smart.
And then come back like, let's roll.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, it's his first time where I think he can actually take a vacation.
He might need to take 12 to 18 months. I mean, if he's got a non-compete for that long, it's like, just go,
That's the variable none of us know about.
And let's say this. So let's say hypothetically, he has no non-compete or he needs his lawyer to sort it out. Let's say his lawyer said, hey, whatever your contract said, we'll make it so that your non-compete is done within 2 months, right? You can do whatever you want. So with his non-compete being done within 2 months, what would you say he should do? You're Tucker, what do you do?
I say utilize social media and just open all doors to what he can do to be the most uncensored person, to talk about the topics he wants to talk about, to have the opinions that he wants to talk about, exactly what Greg was saying, and then ultimately have the exclusive content go up behind a paywall that he gets monetary benefit from.
Yes. Jason, what do you say he does?
I would definitely say field all phone calls, right? You know, people are banging his door down right now. Figure out what you want to do, right? Talking to Tucker, right? What do you want going for the next 5 years? What's the next chapter? And then field all the phone calls and then make your decision. One last thing, go watch the Nelk Boys with Tucker.
That's a good one.
You'll see the real Tucker. Me personally,
Yeah.
I think Tucker is more of an actor than what he believes. Because he would say so much stuff about Trump, how great this, that, but then what happened was in there, he's like, I met the guy one time. You'll see the real Tucker.
Oh, he's a bro. He pulls out like a Zintan and just like slaps it.
You're his manager or you're Tucker. What do you say he does?
So the first thing I want,
let's say non-compete is up in 2 months.
Non-compete is up in 2 months. It's funny to me that the Nelk Boys and the Full Send podcast are like the two. It's like they're like knucklehead podcasts, but they're getting Trump. Yeah. They're getting, you know, Tucker Carlson. They're a completely different demographic and audience. Like he could if I was his manager, this is what I would do. I would say, here's the deal, dude. The 55-year-olds have been listening to your garbage for however long, and we're done with that. What do you want to do? What do you want to say? Go talk to 25-year-olds. That's what I would say. And I would say, go to where the 25-year-olds are, Nelk Boys, Full Send Podcast, Rumble, the internet, Patreon, you know, and as Ramus said, behind the paywall, and start tapping into that new demographic of viewers, and then just say whatever the fuck you want to say. Because that's like Full Send Podcast and Nelk Boys. I mean, dude, they're like, you know, they have Trump on their podcast and they're slamming beers and talking shit, and it's goofy, but it's the generation behind. I'm 38, so the generation behind us, they like that. You know, they like two things. They like that clickbait TikTok, you know, retention editing, and they like a long form where people just say whatever they want to say. Yeah, they're not watching the news.
No, they're just relatable.
If I was talking to Tucker, what I would say is, listen, man, you're going to get a lot of phone calls right now from everybody. Take all those phone calls. Like you said, I'm sure everyone's going to pitch you a business idea. Now, he has the potential right now to start his own Daily Wire, to start his own company. He could operate it. He could take on Fox News. He could take on Daily Wire. He could do that. I would say, don't do that. That would take away,
like, sick, though.
Pull the Kylie Jenner special.
That'd be ballsy.
With what you're saying, I think he wants the most views. And as somebody who runs a business, being an operator takes way too much of your fucking mental capital.
Yeah, but
he should focus on putting out videos and only putting out videos. Team up with someone else who already has a channel, like maybe Ben Shapiro.
Breaking Points would be great.
Or with Breaking Points. I don't know if they take him on, but you'd have to have that discussion.
But I don't know. But you don't think like he can pull off the Kylie Jenner? Like we're like
start his own?
No, like all right. It's just Tucker Carlson as the brand. There's the operation is done by so many people behind him.
Oh,
yeah,
and like people are like a private equity firm or a media company is gonna be like, dude, Tucker Carlson brand. We're doubling down on you. We got everything. Just post videos, do your thing, show up, and we'll just back you. And I think he's going to get an offer like that.
Like with what you're saying, go on vacation, take your mental space. Don't be in a desperate position before you make your decision. Take every phone call from everybody. See what they pitch you. Get a percentage split of whatever the company is. So if you're with Daily Wire, you own 30% of the Daily Wire.
That's what's going to happen.
But you think Shapiro,
like a Michael Jordan special,
or with Rumble? If he goes to Rumble, say, "Hey, I'll go to Rumble. I want 5 to 10% of your whole entire company." If I go to Rumble,
I don't think anybody will do that.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
With Tucker,
dude,
Tucker is so big of a name. He could
Michael Jordan with
he
Nike.
could swing his situation wherever he wants, and they'll listen.
So
wow,
the problem.
Way to chime in.
Listen, these guys are not giving any talent, equity of their company.
Tucker's a different breed. Tucker will make your company. Let's say your company is
no, but hold on.
They're
Maybe it's
already
not
made.
of the company, but it's a proportional revenue share of the people who subscribe to his content.
Oh, that all day long.
Like the Michael Jordan with
profit
Nike
share.
shoes. Yeah, no, it's a profit share of what he brings in.
You're a
I
GP
see.
just
of
like
your-
Candace Owens.
I mean,
right?
50
Candace
Cent
Owens.
got a percentage of vitamin water or whatever it was, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He should get a percentage of
Yeah, but-
whatever company he goes to. Let the operators run it.
That's actually a really good point because when he got that deal with the vitamin water, they were just coming on the scene. Like it was a rather new brand.
Yeah.
And he took equity in the company and then they sold to Pepsi or
Instead,
Coke.
but why? Why do you think he took equity? Because he
he's
probably
smart.
didn't get paid.
He's smart.
Well, he didn't get paid.
What if-
for the commercials and for being the ambassador, right? He
Mm-hmm.
goes, "I'll do all this for free, but in exchange, I want X amount % of the company."
What if Tucker Carlson did that to Rumble?
Possibly could.
I would say they should make that
Yeah.
deal.